Where have you been, my blue-eyed son? Oh, where have you been, my darling young one? Mm. And it's a hard, it's a hard, it's a hard, it's a hard rain gonna fall. Ah, Bob Dylan. Hmm, Bob Dylan. Huh. Right. Well, I haven't managed to strip all this dead wood, and so I'm operating again on my 5,000 optimum thing, but at least 3,000 of them are dead wood. Get it? 2.7 people have been contacted about Matty's fund, and Jack Shit has responded. The £28 that is linked to Matty's fund actually is me. I thought, well, I've got to start. It's a bit Mickey Mouse, but I will do. They stopped me from doing that now, right? I will donate to myself just to start it. You know, it's just all the same thing. It's not technically my money, in my mind. It is for the Matty's Filippini, if you like, slum fund. We have both agreed. She estimated the needs, well, it's around £10,000 to rehouse her. Get it? And that's not a lot, and it probably is a lot in the Philippines, but that's there. And then, so we're only now, even with £100,000 appeal, going to release 10 people from the slums, right? So all those that have gone, well, he wants £100,000, he's obviously insane. Where? Well, you're thick as shit, and I don't need you, right? So please fuck off, right? You don't wish to support Matty's fund thing, fuck off. I've got no interest in you whatsoever. It'll save me all the hassle of having to do it myself. I've asked Facebook, is there a quick way I can get rid of a load of dead wood? That means, when you have emails, you can highlight the whole lot of them, delete them. No, let's get this right. Yeah, delete them, but then you can save the ones you want to keep. I think I've got that wrong. No. Yeah, you highlight them all, acid, and then you go down the lot and just quickly tick the ones, the few you want to keep, and the fucking lot are wiped out. Well, I don't think you can you can't. I've been to my friend's page. You've got to individually click them to say they're blocked. Similar thing, but it's not. Yeah, that's it. I don't want them just blocked. I want them off my fucking page so I can get new, fresh blood. People who are moving in the spirit. People who haven't got their heads up their arse. Petty people. Isn't it funny he wants £100,000? He's obviously lost it. Of course I haven't lost it. We'll do it again. £100,000 will only provide 10 people with a new home. Because we looked at it for, you don't decorate fucking shitholes, okay? Even though you do buy them a new mattress and all the things, that included in that. No, Matty needs a new home, okay? And so do a lot of the people in the Philippines. She knows them, of course, they're like a sisterhood. Of course, all her friends are in the similar ilk. Women that have been dumped by men, left with 2 or 3 children to survive, living in unhealthy conditions. If you ain't got any idea what a slum is, aye, Mitty, you'll know. Go to India. So it's not just the Philippines. Many countries have this problem. Get it? You see the things of the kids going out, living off waste and that. Well, that isn't on. You don't think the Christ is going to reappear when this shit's going on? Like I say, the more I got more and more. I mean, I'll die, I realise that. I'm 67. But I'll go out willingly with my last breath trying to raise money for the relief of suffering worldwide, right? Dear me, well, we won't lose it. See, people still, I mean, this is what, 6:45 Sunday? I'm always online at this time, about on a Sunday morning, would you agree? Doesn't matter. Now, a lot of you watching now, if you don't make any effort, now I've asked them to reduce it down to £1. I realise a lot of you, that's probably all you can afford. Unfortunately, they've reduced it to £4. It's not a lot of money, but it is for some of you. So maybe may I suggest you get together with other members in your temple. That's it, not just you. You will be the donator, but you go to your friends in your temple. Well, look, I want to donate to this. You go to your man's, whatever, but there's a minimum donation of £4. Can you please help me? And you have a special meeting in your mosque and your thing. We've had an appeal for a charity for the slum dwellers of the Philippines. They want to try and release 10 families from the slums and build them a home for roughly £10,000 each. Obviously, this covers all the other things, furniture, everything they're going to need if they move home. Whew. And actually, if we get enough money together, we can build a whole area. It's cheaper. So we get enough money for 20 houses, and then we go to a building company, and the 20 houses are all built together because they're all single mums, get it? We can even have a security fence put round them. Oh yeah, you get things like jealous husbands and this, right? So we get a nice security fence. They're in their own area, and there's a security guard, get it? Or guards, plural. So £100,000 is really good value as far as I'm concerned, even if we do only release 10 families. So that's 10,000 each, but that would have to include that a home, a fence erected round, get it, a security guards, their own space and safe space. And the media will be round this like hot flies. I've gone to the president of the Philippines. Let's check this guy out. We know there's all this stuff we've heard in the media, and he's clamping down on drug dealers and all the rest. But this is something that surely can reach every man's heart. Innocent women that have been fucked over by men, get it? And have been left, right? No maintenance in Philippines, right? Not like other countries. You come to my country, that wouldn't be allowed to happen. The husband would be found and would have to pay his share to raise the children that he has caused to be born, right? So, nice to see you nice, but don't hold your breath. So it's simple. I know most of you are simple, poor people. I know this. There maybe are ways around this. You only can get £1 together, and you apply to donate £1, like I say, supply and demand, and then see what the bank says. Yeah, we can only afford to donate £1. Can you take this from us? But they get so inundated with requests, they will have to lower their rate. Said it's not me, it's the organisers of this event that decreed now that £4 is the minimum, even though I've clearly asked for £1. Who am I? I'm just the person that started this appeal, and surely I should have some say in how I'd like it run. Never mind, bankers' advice, getting, oh, well, we've calculated £4, you think, because we were bollocks. Yeah, bollocks. I've got no more trust in the bankers of this country than anybody else. It was you that fucked up. So don't come your authority with me about, well, I know all about money and we've calculated it. Fuck off, right? Everybody knows that. Even the people in the slums in Philippines, everybody knows that you fucked us over. The so-called authorities on money, get it? Now, please, can you reduce the minimum payment to the Matties Philippine Slum Fund? Although that isn't technical again, we only said it as a matter, but we've clearly said we want 100,000, and you have approved that. Get it? But we've made our decision already that we're going to split that with 10 other people or 9. Get it? And that's what the people are now hearing. No, Matty isn't going to get 100,000 back. See, that's the jealousy again, you see. How would you feel? How would you feel? He's strictly unknown, like a rolling stone. Dylan's coming through hard and fast. Oh, yeah, I sense it in the ethers. Oh, Dylan's getting riled up. You might find there's a new song, a benefit song for the Philippine slums. Yeah, nice idea. And that'll whack a few bob in. Philippine slum benefit. Yeah? Oh, yeah, we've had Japan benefit. Well, this is okay. There are hundreds of people, even thousands, living in slum conditions. So it don't matter how many millions you raise, and just stick your own bank account on it. It's not mine, but then your bank account donates to us £100,000 or whatever, or we connect up. Yeah. I mean, I've got my own charity I'm trying to start that will help all charities like this. So I appeal again. This is Black Unicorn. Right. I will humiliate you and embarrass you. Sir Richard Branston, can you please consider your decision to refuse to help the theatre of unemployment, which is now called Black Unicorn? Can you please tell me in writing why you don't wish to assist in any capacity? Thank you. Pete Townsend, can you please reconsider your decision to not help the theatre of unemployment, which is now known as Black Unicorn, in any capacity? We don't necessarily want your money. Get it? Because we don't like tainted money, but you can surely ask your friends that you know and who your legal advisors can advise you that, yes, he'd make a good treasurer. That's what we need on that level, the personnel to set up the charity, right? The personnel. I prefer women. There, I've got to make it easier for you. I'd like this to be 100% women. Yeah, I want all the people on Black Unicorn, women. Oh, it must be women treasurers, women chairperson material, and I'm just the founder, and I can step out. But as the founder, I would have a right to stick my nose in. And as the founder, I would obviously have a vote. And obviously, if I vehemently disagree with a policy, I can share that. And we could even, like in politics, take it back to the members. So there will be administration people, but people register with Black Unicorn as an artist, but technically they then are a member. And we can put that in the Constitution, but isn't. You know, every year we have an annual vote, or as needed. Yeah, referendum. So you don't have a thing they're registered. It can all be done on computer. Right. We get come to a block in the wall or a wall in the head, whatever. And we have to resolve this quickly because that's it. It's people's lives that matter. Right. I can call, or we have a role. We'd have that. Me, yeah, as the founder, I have the right to call a referendum, which means a vote of all the members. Right. All done on computer, right? All publicly announced to the media. You know, Black Unicorn is having issues with a certain thing, or it could be a country that slaps its laws on us and says we can't set up Black Unicorn in their space. We can then have a referendum. Do we feel this country needs looking at, and does the United Nations need to be informed? Does President Trump need to be informed? This is a blatant transgression of human rights. Do we go to the Court of Human Rights? Yeah, we just select a couple of members, doesn't have to be me, and we're going to the Court of Human Rights because we believe this is that, and they make a decision. Get it? And they go back to the various armed nations and say, no, these people are out of order, right? Like Syria, right? And we might need some armed intervention. Right. But that's their issue. That's not me. And the same with the Hells Angels. They are destined to be Christ's protectors, right? And you can ask Hells Angels for help. I've just done that. I've appealed to the New York chapter. No, I'm not crazy. They're a well-organised chapter. And of course they can take on things it's not my country either. So there won't be any runs in Scotland because as far as I can see, this will wind them up. Well, they're dead wood. Come on, Scottish Hells Angels. This is happening in a sense in your patch. Admittedly, it's Philippine women slum. It's all on Facebook. And you can see my situation after a day is £28 raised, and I put 24 of that in. What does that tell you? We've got a load of dead wood. And I do need to release that dead wood so that good wood hopefully can come in. Because I'm limited to 5,000. There's over nearly 3,000 of them are dead wood. I need to remove them quick. So again, I appeal to Facebook. How can I quickly release nearly 3,000 friends that are connected to me so that I can allow and facilitate 3,000 other people? Obviously, I'm afraid Arabic people, I've just had another PNAS suggestion, right? Simple pattern, ring me up, don't want to talk, camera goes down, they've got a fully erect penis. PNAS, sorry. I'm sorry, like Trump says, sometimes you have got, but especially if I'm trying to do this. Yes, it could be considered discrimination, but I'm sorry. Most people from the Arab countries are on that level. Maybe it's a sex thing, maybe it's a religious thing. That's what you do to the avatar. Yeah? Expose yourself to the avatar. Yeah? Look at the avatar and masturbate. Yeah? Sounds a bit dark to me. Oh yeah, I know there are various sex cults which are a direct descendant of black magic. Yeah. Sex cults. That's what I do. Well, I've got them. They're on Facebook. They just sit around, linked up in a thing, and masturbate. Yeah. They're there on Facebook to be found. Because I've been invited into them. Get it? Yeah. Again, they see me as one of them. Well, I'm not. Me ain't gay. Me ain't interested in sitting around with other men masturbating. Okay? Can't be more plainer than that. I've got a charity to get together, and if I want to sexually relieve myself, I'm quite capable of doing that without doing it in front of other men. Yeah. Don't have a lot of time for that at the moment, I'm afraid. This water. Now, this water that is now on trial, because it is, I've been drinking this now for probably 3 weeks, right? My pyramid medicinal compound that is blessed. And we've gone all through the mechanics of it. The water's put under a pyramid. It only has colloidal silver added. So if this is taken away by drug squad or anybody, all it's got is silver in it and it's water. Bring it on. But you don't take away my property as you did last time and never returned it. I would insist that a detailed internally. And I will create stink anyway, and I'll go to Margaret Thatcher. Sorry, Freudian slip. I will go to Theresa May and say that my religion, which is doing this with water, get it? I've been busted, and all my religious artifacts and things have been taken away, including my black stone for Krishna, get it? All my things on the altar, basically, including all the water samples that I've paid a lot of money for, get it? Well, they can do it, but I'd probably insist a maximum of 24 hours. That's it. Doesn't take long to test water. Get it? And I want them back. So, yes, they might have to split open my bags of water from the Ganges, but they only need to take a little bit to sample it. Right? Well, I'll let Theresa May decide. It might be 72 hours. She'll understand that all that time I will be, well, I can't see. I can take any water now, which I've done and shared and just prayed over it. Blessed Father God, I ask that this water be transmuted to whatever healing compound my body needs at this time. And I ask this in blessed Jesus Christ's name. Amen. And that's exactly the sort of prayer I did with the Coca-Cola, which I've shared about, and the man in the River Findhorn. The water is actually offered up. And I prayed out like that. As soon as this water touches this man, may he be released from whatever may be bothering. I had to do it 3 times. The first time was certainly a reaction like you see in the movies, right? Because that might have been his own acting out or whatever. Twice, and the third time, no reaction at all. So then I said to him, oh, okay, not quite like that. I mean, obviously his thing. And we just walked out of the River Findhorn. He had done a runner, a well-known person, had done a runner from Ward 4. This person can be traced. And I might need to have him traced. But I appeal to you to come forward. If you can. You see, this person might have ended up by his own father having him committed to a psychiatric secure unit. Whoa, where does that come from? His father's so arrogant that, so in the darkness, because he doesn't believe in a God, there's no way he's going to let his son embarrass him, who clearly does. Blessed Father God, I ask that this person, wherever he may be, that you send angels now to him, you heal him, restore him, and encourage him to make contact with me. I ask this in blessed Lord Jesus Christ's name. Amen. Well, it's on my heart. That is a thing. I'm sure the lady that I released from psychosis is okay. But again, there might be a bit of embarrassment. Yes, even people who are okay. It's their freedom. I'm not going to infer in this space, but I send a prayer out. But she clearly has the freedom to come forward or not. She might be in some well-paid job. Her father was rich and whatever. She might be married. I'm sure she's a beautiful woman. I'd be very surprised she's not. And that part of her life is her past. Yes, I did have psychotic episodes. I was healed by this man, yes. But I don't really want to make that part of my life public. Fine. No problem for me, because miracles will continue. And it won't just be by me. Anyone who takes this system on and I anoint them, right? Be a little ritual, but whatever. But yeah, they then carry the power and authority to do it themselves. But it's all to do with their karma. Get it? If they're not baptized, get it, and haven't got the same sort of spiritual initiations I've gone through, ministries of ministries, I'd recommend anyone who's considering this, they won't mind. You might come to an agreed fee. I like to join your church temporary. I wish to be baptized. We're not going to refuse to do that. And I'd like to take ministries of ministries, please. Yeah, a very pure stream. It's changed. Jesus Fellowship Church, Bugbrook, but it now I think calls itself Jesus Saves, but it's the same community. You'll find it. Go online. I think they call themselves Jesus Saves. Then you'll link into the whole thing, and then you can make a request. That's fair enough. It'll be a source of income for them, but they won't rip you off. You come to stay with us. We need to suss you out for a month. Yeah, that's fair enough. You've got to live with them, pray with them, and all that for a month. And then if they feel you're ready to be baptized, it's like the pendulum thing, you'll get baptized. Then you might not, that's up to them. They will work that out. You might have to stay with them another month, but of course the thing, or you might be allowed to go back into the world, but you come back, they'd have to assess you, see, for that. Are you ready to receive ministries of ministries? Are you mature enough, as they would say? Are you no longer a babe in Christ? Because at your baptism you receive in a major initiation, you potentially become Christed, as Jesus was. Get it? The Holy Spirit came upon him when he was baptized. But whether you're ready to go out, that'll be up to them. That's it. I don't tell anybody what to do. The Jesus Fellowship Church will adapt to this new idea. So you're not someone they picked up from the streets, get it, in the gutters, because that's generally the people that were ministered to. So you can imagine there's definitely a time element there. They're basically in the depths of hell, alcoholism, dossing on the street, and were easily being sucked into acts of evil. No other word for it. They'd be sucked in by people who prey on these people, bring them in, and however they can get money out of them or, exploit them, they will. I rescued one such person. And he can give testimony to that. He can say that he came in there, which I did, and called down the power of the blood of Christ. Prayed out, "Blessed Father God, I ask that the power," to use that word, "of the blood of Christ be applied upon this man and this whole situation right now." And this is in the toilet. Okay? And there was one guy there who was obviously part of this group. He didn't fucking do a thing. In fact, he might have even shit himself. That's not how generally people at Spayot, Christian, and all this shit. He'd met someone who was a true Christian and who moved in the power and could invoke the power of the blood of Jesus. That's the most cleansing thing you can bring down, because all time is interlinked. Past, future, now. It's all now. So the power that was released when Jesus did shed his blood, you can invoke now, because it's there. Ask, you shall receive. And so the whole thing was covered by the power of the blood of Christ. Well, just use your imagination. I just grabbed hold of his shoulder and we just walked out, and no one tried to stop us. Get it? And that's recorded in the Jesus Fellowship thing. That guy did only come to us a while. He's married, and the fellowship helped him reconnect up with his wife. So I think there was some marital dispute, and he'd taken an opinion just to get out of it and go on the streets. When he cleared his mind up a bit, he realised the correct way is if you don't like that, you get divorced. That's right. It might be rough and hustle, and that's obviously weighed it up. Well, I'm going to lose everything. What's the point? But no, you've got to do it the right way. This ties in with Matty. Now, Matty, I suspect, may have this male character hovering around. And again, she's worried that if it gets out that she is getting support from this wealthy, if you like, man from the West, because that's what's going on. You see, people are jealous. But they distorted it. Of course, Matty's not going to get £100,000. Okay? She'll get a house. There'll be some money, but that's it. We said we've already agreed a figure of 10 families to be rehoused. But this could go on. We register it as a formal charity in its own right. Yeah? And it'd be named after her, the Matty Mooney Brigado Slum Liberation, whatever. You've got to have a title that really says what it's about. That'd get charitable status. I could be on the committee of that. No problem to me, be a patron of it. and she gets obviously Filipino people to take it on. Of course, that's where it's based, in the Philippines. But it doesn't mean like with Black Unicorn, it's going to be a charity based all over the world. Of course, she can then apply to us for benefit concerts. Get it? It's a beautiful thing. That's it. So it's demonstrating right from grassroots that I am genuine. I've been on that. That's it. This is it. This is me. Right. This is my bank account. Get it? Right. Graham Clark 804664. Oh dear, I've got to read it myself. I'll just get the number out. Right. It's just my glasses. All you need is that. It's 11200363, but I'll check that now with my own eyes. Yes, it's 11200363, and that is the official Mooney Slum Fund donation portal. It's my account. But actually, the people on Facebook do that. They've actually told me you've got to start with your own account, and maybe at the moment we've only had 28 quid get it. So I don't think there's any rush to get the account changed. You know, when we start getting a few £1,000 in there, right, then maybe we will do that. They've already set that up. I've got no problem with that. But that is the way that people can start to donate money for this. So it is an appeal. I'm sorry. I know all of you are from India. I can see that. Right. Yeah, let's just go down here. There's no love you. Yes, that's all that people's putting. Mattie's there herself, bless her heart. So there are, Mattie. This is better in it than just us having our own thing. You watch it as it happened and get your children to watch it. Get your so-called friends who are jealous to watch it. This is my godfather. You want to fuck with him? Fine. He has, whoa dear, he has connections with the Hells Angels. You can see that on Facebook now. There have been contacts with American chapters. This other link has not come back to me, and it's not I'm not patient, well, why not? What's wrong with having 6 or 7 chapters all doing things? They've got a target of £100,000. They will decide what they'd like to do. They might even suggest to me, well, we'd like to earn £1 million. We can easily do that. We've done this before. Fine. It's no longer anything to do with Facebook, is it? This is a charity. And they know that within seconds we can change it to a charity in its own right. So they feel secure. When they go on their run, they say, no, this is such and such and such, now a registered charity. Same with America, there's rules there. They can do all that. Get it registered as a charity in America, because they're American chapters of Hells Angels. They're going to raise money in America, and there's laws and regulations there. I'm sure Mr. Trump, which I had an interesting one-way conversation. Well, I'll share that. So Mr. Trump was getting a lot of flack on this news thing. And I just moved in the spirit and just started like a real friend would. Hi, Mr. Trump. Don't let the bastards bring you down, right? Find someone who's turning and you will come around, and quote Neil Young. And that's it. It stayed. You get me? If they have out of order things, they're looked at and rubbish. It stayed. So then I did another one, and we had about 10 of my little interjections. Get it? It's stopping all the others from even being looked at. And I even shared that on jokes. Oh, well, I do have that effect, Mr. Trump. You know, that thing about kills conversation as he comes in Demolition Man. That's me. I just completely blew the minds of the people. What the fuck? And it was like I was his friend, because I am. And a friend would console him, oh, don't let it get you down, mate. You know, just a bunch of cunts, right? And I even did that. But it's even funnier. Oh, yeah, the extraterrestrials would see us, because I include myself, as a bunch of female sex organs. Get it? Very polite way, but right. So his senses, well, that's funny, and it's all right. But I myself, but I spelt it wrong to them, see them as a bunch of clitac cunts. You know, that's what I meant. But I have got a finger typing problem, right? And that was approved because the word wasn't actually that, but clearly it was. Get it? So, of course, then it was. We had it. Like I say, every one of my new messages went to the top, and it's called the most favourable messages so far. And all this rubbish, you know, people just moaning, I can't see why the children are singing all this shit. Probably Mr. Trump doesn't know that. You get me? He's one man. He can't go to the centres where the blinking illegal, what is it, have got the children. He can a bit, obviously. But I mean, it's like you're trying to hold him accountable for hundreds of other people that are part of his infrastructure. It's absolute shit. You know, you need to grow up. You need to realise that even the best president in the world, there's going to be slip-ups. Even the best president of the United States, there's going to be administration errors. I mean, if Mr. Trump was really, he'd probably have to sack half of his administration staff now. Because they are all corrupted. They are not actually supporting him. Well, they shouldn't be on his team. They should have the integrity to resign. Yeah, I don't like what this man's about, and it's, you know, and the media stirring them all up, and they get publicity. Some idiot just has to stick his head up and say, well, I think Mr. Trump's this, all off the wall, and the media love it. Suddenly that person's a media star. But then I come along, a priest, and just start talking to Mr. Trump as a friend, because that's what he is. He's your friend, and can empathise with him, you know. So I've been there before, mate. Yeah. Oh, that's it, Jesus. And it's spelt wrong, but Jesus would feel this, right? Jesus would say, yeah, how much longer must I suffer these cunts, spelt wrong, right? Whoa. What do we say about that, okay? Who is this bloke? And if he is a minister of God, which I am, see, I'm a lay Baptist priest. I have had ministries and ministries. Now I am baptized. Most of these idiots that were claiming to be representing God, that's what I said the first thing I tuned in. Who is, and I quoted his name. Get it? And that sort of put the cat amongst the pigeons. He's obviously some famous authority figure on religious issues, right? So I challenged him straight away. Who, because I never heard of him, but of course I'm not part of their trip. That put the cat amongst the pigeons. Then he responded, oh yeah, I need psychiatric help. Okay? Nobody's heard about me because I am controversial, or that's his way of dealing with anyone who stands up to him. So I didn't go for the bait. Oh, I think I said, actually, my name's Graham Clark Lifebringer, and I'm a lay Baptist priest, and I've had ministries for ministries. I could have followed that up. May I know your credentials, please? Which is what I was probably implying, because he had to respond to that. Get it? He only had to say anything of an attacking nature, and he's exposed himself what he is, an agent of the darkness, masquerading as the agent of the light. You don't speak to a minister of God like that. You need, in big letters, you need psychiatric help. Okay? Who the hell are you to make that decision about me? I don't need you to tell me what to do. That's the golden rule. You ask. And if someone tells you to do anything, drop them like a ton of shit. And I've just done that to certain of my friends. Yeah, they start trying to tell me, Graham, you've lost it, or Graham, you should do this, Graham, you should do that. They're dropped. I said, you can ask if I'm interested even in your opinion. Yeah, that's right. That's courteous as well. Graham, I don't really agree with what you're doing. Would you like to hear what I think? Not really. Bit busy at the moment trying to get a charity together. Yeah, perfectly right to do that. We all have that right. The Hells Angels have that right. Not even Christ himself would tell the Hells Angels what to do, and that was shared with Hells Angels at Stonehenge. So an element in the Hells Angels does know me. Whoever that chapter was, which I believe was the All England chapter at Stonehenge, have personally met me man to man, eye to eye, and that's what the words I brought to them. And I rolled a joint for them, and they had never smoked marijuana before. And I told them, for most people here, this isn't a sacrament to them. So just get that straight. It is a drug. But for me, it is a sacrament. And he actually suggested himself, quote, well, what do you want us to do? Classic reply. I'm not going to tell you what to do. So then he thought, well, so he made a suggestion. Well, do you want us to roll this up, skin it up, and give this back to the people? I said, yeah, fine. That's okay. That's if you want to do that, yeah. Then the other Hells, this is for the American Hells Angels, right? The other contact member, the Freaky Few. Me and the Freaky Few, there's only about 20 of them, and it's a very fitting name because it could mean, I'm not saying it is, I am Freaky Few because I'm 1 in 100. Get it? I have a diagnosis of manic depression, but I should say that and do so with pride. It means I have the potential for genius. And unfortunately, many other potentials for genius can end up heavily sedated, like that man I've shared with, and their own father has them curtailed in a lock-up psychiatric ward because he believed he'd had a religious spiritual healing. Where's that at? Good God, it is a minority experience because we are in the age of darkness. But it's changing. This is coming upon us, excuse me. Sense a little bit of resistance, and generally that resistance comes into my throat chakra. There might be active black devil worshipper groups, and they've learned this technique, how to stop someone who's saying something you don't like. And the energy is directed at the throat chakra. Well, I've got you sussed, and that's all I have to do. Expose it. It's now got no power over me. And I've drank my medicine, which is constantly being changed. Get it? Blessed Father God, I ask that this more to be transmuted and changed to whatever medicinal compound I need right now. And I ask this in blessed Lord Jesus Christ's name. That has now been transmuted and changed to whatever I might need. Get it? And if I'm being subjected to attack, it will adjust to that. It's solid as well. It's water, right? We are water. Okay. At least 60 to 70%. As we get older, the percentage adjustment, that's still over half of your makeup is water. And a lot higher if you're younger, right? If you're younger, 80%, because all your brain is all water. There's something for you to look into, which I have. The science of water. Understand what the latest scientific research has shown about water. It is a unique substance. It's one of the major elements that everything's on your fire water thing, right? There's all your magic stuff. Yeah, water is special and sacred. Water is given us to healers, to cleansers, and to purifiers. Repeat, to healers, cleansers, and purifiers. if you ever feel yourself you're under some kind of bad vibe psychic attack, or you've just been through that, get a shower. That's it. You're not washing your physical body, you're washing your etheric and aura. And this is known with anybody that does any psychic work. Again, you're opening yourselves up to, if you like, a bit iffy mediums. You're opening themselves up to entities, and some of them, especially on the astral plane, can be quite mischievous. So they get their act again, they get what's called a gatekeeper. Because there are many people on the astral plane who are pretending to be something they're not. And this is classic schizophrenic material. Know a guy who claims he talks to General Lee. Get it? Because the spirit that is bothering him has claimed he's General Lee. And he used to make us late for bus trips. We'd all know, although nothing was ever confronted, he should have been confronted. Why were you late, Jim? Oh, I'm talking to General Lee. And well, I'm sorry, Jim, but I'm sure your doctors have told you General Lee isn't General Lee, and he is interfering with your life and causing you to upset your friends. We're waiting to go on a bus trip. And he's got to walk, that's all. And invariably, we'd wait about half an hour. We've lost that of our trip. Okay, I mean, I don't do those trips now. I've got no entertainment or time for organisations like Murray Mental Health. I think they're pretentious. To some people, it means they're the authority on mental illness in Murray. Are they? Fuck. Exact opposite. Most of the members have got no real experience of real mental illness, and they are as ignorant as shit. I was absolutely verbally abused by someone who was ill, okay, demonstrating psychopathic tendencies, and I was in a depressive mode, get it? And they suss that, kick you when you're down. And the gist went along that we were all invited to share with two newly appointed Murray Council mental health workers who are like coming to attend one of our committee meetings. Get it? It's known, and still, because she's psychopath, behaved well out of order, get it? And it was witnessed by these people who've come, in a sense, to suss that this is a good organisation, get it? And it wasn't. I stood up and just started to speak because I knew they didn't know anything about me. So I'm Graham Clark. I started such and such charity, which did Shamanic Studios, which was a recording studio for people with any disabilities. I produced 2 educational DVDs, 1 in 100 and 1 in 100 take 2. And obviously her and the then, well, he still is, head, were jealous. It made them look like a bunch of wankers that organise a bus trip. Okay. And I've been making educational material. These 2 DVDs were distributed. I got a grant. So I produced my own DVD, 1 in 100, talked about how schizophrenia is a very intellectual thing. Schizophrenia, all worldwide, is roughly 1 in 100. We are a minority. That in itself should give us some respect. Very few people understand us because we're a minority condition. Even a psychiatrist can label us, but if he's never actually had a psychotic episode himself, he's not a lot of good to you. And all these people that spend months, because it just becomes a friendship, oh, how's your tennis? Oh, not much. And that's about the level of it. Okay? That's not going to help people get empowered and recover. Just keep taking your tablets. Oh, yeah, well, always change your medication, if it's not going right. And this is the same with Jim, and he thinks it's the medication that's making him ill. So, of course, he doesn't take it. And that's what's happening. He continues to have his delusional character, which is an astral entity. Let's get this straight. It is an entity, but it's mischievous. He's claiming to be someone famous. So he's got someone to play with, literally. Oh, I've got him hooked. And he has. And this guy's trying to take a driving test. You'll never pass that test, Jim, until you face up to the fact that General Lee is not generally. It's an entity, yes, and you can ask for it to be rebuked and removed. You need to go and see a minister, perhaps someone like me, but because of our past history, know how you and that other character ripped off my charity, got together, went to Murray Council and said I couldn't do my job, right? And how you, Charles Harding, you took 2 Electro Voice PA speakers, which were the charity's property, on the trust that you would sell them and the money that was raised would be donated to Murray Mental Health. And this is decided in a committee, right? We're only a small thing, but I didn't personally agree with that. I'd have liked it to have gone to another charity, actually, based in Inverness, right? Hug. Dissolution, yeah, far better charity, a charity that is empowering people and that. But I was outvoted, right? Well, even though it's my charity, I ran it to get it, so I had to concede. Well, I'd like to know, Murray Mental Health, how much was donated to you from the sale of Shamanic Studios property? That must have been kept on your files. It's not every day you have a donation made, which is from the proceeds of another mental health charity called Shamanic Studios. And if that figure is well below, which I suspect it is, just the value of the 2 Electro Voice speakers, and if you, Mr. Harding, have sold yourself those speakers at a ridiculously low price, that is clearly a case for the fraud squad. Because there's clear guidelines. You are meant to have put those speakers on an open market like eBay. You know, okay, it's a chance for some to get speakers cheap, but in a fair competitive system, not to buy them yourself. And you may have done this. I very much wouldn't believe it. Any idiot who knows about Electro Voice speakers, they've never been gigged. That's if you advertise them. Electro Voice used to belong to a charity, never been gigged. That means they weren't been moved about, they haven't got any roughs and scuffs, they were a permanent fixture. They would have got nearly 75% of their worth. Like I say, they're well over £1,000. They're actually more expensive now. See, quality things like that, the price goes up. They're now nearly £2,000 each. Get it? So if this went to court, and it's clearly proven that the fraud squad to interject, look into this, well, I'll make an appeal to you, yeah. Please, can you contact Murray Mental Health? Please, can you contact them? Fraserburgh Fraud Squad. I believe I've met you personally. We did a sting in Fraserburgh. You'll remember me. I was distributing my free DVDs 1 in 100. Wasn't selling anything. Get it? You'll remember this. And this, how can you say like a person with mental health problems that was like a child. Get it? So he's an adult, but a child in an adult's body. Oh, I like that. Yes, sure, you can have it. I gave him it, right? Not any money. Went away. And then 2 rather obnoxious characters came back with this woman. He doesn't understand this and he doesn't want it. And the kid was crying. Oh, I want that sort of thing, right? And she dragged him away. The police came over to me and we had a little thing. And they told me what she'd said, that I had tried to sell him it. Right, I said, quote, for what it's worth, I wouldn't let that woman look after my pet dog. She is abusing that poor child, and no, that is not the truth. And one policeman concluded, right, that's enough. That's all we need to hear. And she was set up. She went to some of her friends and was trying to stir them up to commit violence against me. Yeah, the friend told her lies to them. Yeah, and he tried to do this to this poor, twisted it to him, trying to make it I was the demon. Get it? She was the demon. And, but it went wrong. 2 plainclothes policemen who I sussed came to the stall. They were dressed as hippies. And it was like one policeman recognising another police who was undercover, because I looked undercover, get it? I was wearing my hippie. And I smiled. Would you like one of these? We sort of sussed you, Oh no, that's all right. And we sort of laugh, and that because they did look a bit silly, right? They had wigs on, get it? Well, he did, the bloke. And anyway, I was being watched and protected, and they mingled, and they overheard this conversation. Again, what are they worried about? A couple of hippies, and they're, yes, I want that person, whatever she said. Whatever, yeah. Kicked his head in or whatever, but there was obviously a physical, and they did. They didn't, but they started to walk towards me. Then there was two policemen behind me, and it just went clunk. And everyone witnessed it, meaning they were there. It's like there were two soldiers on guard, then clunk, ready to respond. That stopped them in their tracks. But then these two hippies tried to arrest them, and then she showed her true colour. Get up at me, it's assault on the police. I think they might have quickly showed her warrant cards, but again, she is so arrogant. She resisted arrest and actually got violent, and she had to be escorted off the premises. And the poor little boy was a bit spaced out, and the chief of police, come on, get the boy, because it's a training thing. And then woman policeman came up and obviously comforted the boy and made sure he's all right. Now, I'm not an undercover policeman, although I could be used that way, and I have in other instances, right? And it was a wrong sus, because I sussed their plainclothes police, right? They wanted to know one, and they looked at me and thought, what's he doing here giving them videos, right? And I said hello to them. I was coming into the event, right? And I saw the police. I generally do. Hi, good morning. Good morning. It's like we're both coming to work, right? Good morning, joke. But we don't blow each other's cover, get it? Hi, good morning. And they straight away was put around. I believe he's an undercover officer, but not from our Fraserburgh thing, right? And that was quite a very good bust, because that person was a corrupted, evil social worker, get it, who was entrusted with the care of children like that, who were simple, okay, and was treating him no more than a dog. Get it? She didn't care that the child wanted my DVD. Harmless, they're free, get it? It's not like I gave her a DVD that I was selling for 15 quid each. They were free. I'd got a grant to get them made, 2,000 copies. And it was nice of me, rather than just sticking them in envelopes, which I did. All the businesses around Elgin had that DVD, 1 in 100. It's in the Elgin Library. And if you watch it, it's saying exactly what I'm saying now. But with an extension, now I've got the water. You pray for people. Far more effective, harmless way of terminating someone's psychotic episode. And that should be tried first. If the person isn't open to prayer, I very much doubt they're not, they're going through hell, and someone's approached them, well, would you like me to pray for you? Because you don't think you can pray for yourself. They would say yes, of course they would. And it doesn't matter that the person isn't, shall we say, officially part of a church, like I am baptized. But that's maybe something that can be introduced. I think it is. I, as a minister of the Baptist Church, should be able to go into Ward 4, have a little badge, Graham Lifebringer, blah, blah, Baptist Church. That means anything Christian will go there. It's just saying I'm not a Roman Catholic, right? And anybody who knows me, because I'm well known in the community on and off, can wish to speak to me, and I should be allowed to pray for them. I don't need to pray out. Just put my hand on their head, very, in a little corner, not causing a big scene, and pray for them there and then. And they should be able to ask, well, I'd like to see Graham again. It has got a bit like that now in Ward 4. You can't just walk in. Well, that's good. You have to be approved. So I say that. I will be doing that. I will be approaching you to be approved as a minister of God, lay Baptist priest, to visit the people in Ward 4. And if there's someone that wants to receive ministry from me, I might bring some water with me, medicinal water that's been purified. I describe it as pyramid water, and I pray over it there and then again. So I'm with someone, and in a here and now scenario, I say to them, would you like some special holy water? And I'll bless it in front of you right now. Oh, and they listen to the prayer. Blessed Father God, I ask that this water be transmuted to the exact medicinal compound that such and such needs at this moment. And I ask this in Jesus Christ's name. Amen. Now, how many people do you think are going to be freaked out by that? It's ritual. Oh, I have a sip of water. And by their faith, it will be so. If they say, well, what this can do, I say, well, for a start, it's going to completely release you from all these negative entities that are still bothering you. Right? Oh, yeah, do that. Right? Well, whatever illness you have at this time, physical illnesses, it will prevent them from being advanced even further. They can have cancer, whatever, gallstones, kidney stones, whatever, because the mantra is whatever this person needs at this time. So it bypasses all the palaver of diagnosis, right? Which you can do as well. This system is a perfect little, so it incorporates pendulum as well. So it's pendulum, pyramid, prayer. There you go, the 3 P's. So that could be a logo. I work with pendulum, I work with pyramids, and I work with prayer. And then you could stick a water in if you want a W in. I mean, I might. It's just a logo, but it makes a logo's effective because it gives, excuse me, I'll just drop bone arm, because it's the earth. You know, you drop things and they touch the earth. That's actually what you should be doing anyway with them. Earth cleanses, get it? And it's actually gone an hour, but I can go over. I want to end on Matty Mooney Gragiga's appeal for money to help relieve people that are suffering in the Philippine slums. Obviously women. This is a woman particularly geared at women who have been deserted by men and are struggling to raise children in a slum. And it goes right to the root of the problem. What do these people need? No, not their bloody place wallpapering. Get it? They need a new home. Now, to them, that would just be well, obviously, they'd be eternally grateful. It's like a gift from God. They'd see it in no other way. You get me? That God has personally interjected into their lives as an answer to their prayer, because that is how Matty, that's her testimony now. Oh, yes, Graham's an answer to my prayer. I pray to God, I need a father, because her father wasn't around, and she had no boyfriend, get it, but she needed a protective godfather. And that's what I can be for hundreds of people. I have the finances to do it. I will. Fantastic. Changing my life from being a man with no family, from a reclusive shaman who's concentrated on prayer, meditation, learning, healing. I've now achieved that. I've developed my own healing modality through my own personal investigation. I have diabetes. I don't know about that. The symptoms of diabetes have gone. I shared in one bit of it, went 18 hours without food. Unheard of with diabetes. You have to generally have regular intake of food, or else your whole sugar levels have gone skew-oof. It takes the time for the body to adapt to that. I have got, I can bring that in and do that now. I have got major swelling still in my left leg, right? I don't want to panic, and I don't, this could be something to do with blood clot, but it's not. But the leg is not right; it's swollen. You bring in Michael, St. Michael, don't you? Blessed Michael, please draw close, thank you. blessed guides and helpers, please draw close. That's the simplest thing. Should I go to A&E, please, with my leg problem? Ooh, it's saying yes. It looks like, ask again. It was sort of going like that. Should I go to A&E today to have my leg looked at, please? No. So you can rely on it to be, I mean, obviously, it's my leg, it's faith. My leg was clearly, because you hear all this stuff with diabetes, if people have a certain infections, they can have their leg chopped off. This reminds me of John Martin, beautiful musician, turned on, okay, but he was told, you've got an infection in your leg and you need to come into hospital and we might have to cut it off. But he was given warning that it got all septic and that, and he just couldn't, be bothered or whatever. No. And he ended up having his foot chopped off, bless him, and he's now in a wheelchair. But he still goes on stage and performs, and he's still with us, I believe, John Martin. Bless the word, a beautiful musician. And but that's just to say that, yes, diabetes is not, just your blood sugar being high. It can lead to things like that. Legs having to be amputated, same as those nasty conditions to do with smoking. It's sad because the people are so addicted to smoking and obviously told by the doctors, look, you must stop this because they can see the early signs, or you're going to have your leg chopped off. I've seen them in the water, and there with their leg manches up and they're still smoking. We shouldn't really laugh, but they could have deliverance ministry for that. And I can do that. Yeah, made a demon of tobacco because it's seen and that is personified. It's like a demon, but it's just personifying the condition because addiction is. Think how negative it is. You're doing something that essentially is going to really affect your body. So you can't say it's good. You could do a tongue test. Prove it yourself. They call it muscle testing. Put a bit of tobacco on your tongue. Your body's instantly zapped of energy because the tongue sends a message to the brain, right? Wash it away and then put something good on and suddenly their strength's back. Clear proof. Your body doesn't like this substance and this substance isn't good for you. Now, someone who has that demonstration is an effing idiot if they continue. They can ask for help. Blessed Father God, I've got this tobacco addiction. Please, can you assist me? Angels will be appointed and you'll get assistance. But God helps those that help themselves in a condition like that. You've clearly been informed that you must stop smoking tobacco and you must do whatever it takes to do that. That's prayer. That's receiving prayer. That's going to someone like me and actually receiving ministry and actually giving you a medicine. Get it? That will be perfect for you. Get it? Hear the words again. I'm going to end on that. Blessed Father God, I ask that this water be transmuted, that means change, into whatever medicinal compound that this person or myself, I can include that in the prayer, needs at this moment in time. And I ask this in blessed Lord Jesus Christ's name. Amen. You can do it for each other. Amen. Amen. That's my test of faith. I've had a pendulum read them as well. That's telling me, no, I don't need to dash off to A&E, even though I'm a bit of pain. And I've asked for God's assistance in the sense of blessing the water to be whatever my body needs at this time. So it's trusting that. But I'll still use the pendulum. I mean, there's many reasons you might go to A&E. Get it? Because it's Sunday. I've got nowhere to go on a Sunday. I'm alive. Oh, it's Monday. I'm all right. See, my routine is to go to Elgin Library, but at the weekend, I haven't got a car. Well, I can't do because I can't type in my Matty thing, and that'd be wrong. I could maybe start another appeal for me. Yeah, low key one. So I just need 16,000 to buy a new car. In fact, I did start that, and it wasn't being accepted. I did start to do an appeal for myself, and I went down the 7 categories. And I think it could go under some. I need transport because I've got a bad leg and I can't get around and meet people I'd like to meet via a bus. Get it? With a car so I can go to people's homes, and I need disability so I can get my Black Unicorn charity started. That's clearly the word I was given. Get amongst them. Don't continue your reclusive lifestyle. Come out of your retreat and mix with people. So normally on a Sunday, what do people do? Go and visit friends. But I need a car. I'm going to do it. I'll finish this and I'll go back and I'll try again, because you can try again. But this is clearly an appeal for me. What for? To get myself transport. Why? Because I have trouble moving around. I have diabetes. I have a leg that's firstly giving me jip and can make it really awkward to walk, and that buses don't make it. And also, see, this is what they didn't like as an added spiritual impetus. See, they didn't like it. It didn't fit their box. Oh, I'm also trying to start a charity, which is also why I need a car. Where's that at? So I mean, they put you in a box. You're just a moron idiot, because that's it. It's coming. You're just an idiot because you need to apply for charitable funds. Get it? You're untogether, man. How come you can't get it? And that's the attitude that's being projected. So someone like me that is ill, asking for a car so that they can do charitable work themselves, start a charity, doesn't fit their box. And believe me, I'll tell you, I wrote all this, took ages, and it was blocked. Anyone who knows about this, you then get a menu list, choose your charity thing, and someone had already made their mind up. You get me jumping the gun. They'd already read my stuff and have made a decision there. And then, no, because I tried every single category. Admittedly, it might have been stretching the imagination, but to get completely blocked at that stage, meaning it wasn't even going to be properly considered, because it should have been read by a committee. And then surely when they see, well, he needs it for his own personal use, so that justifies it. And it's up to the people anyway, because they make the donations, get it? And they read these things. Well, should we give it to this guy who's trying to do things not only to help himself but others? Or should we give it to this selfish fuck who just wants it for bus trips? Get it? I'll go again. I'll let you know. You see, no, there'll be I'll just bang out another live video. So it's goodbye from me, and it's goodbye from him. And a final appeal. Obviously, I can use every opportunity. This is for Matty, and it could be for me. My bank account details again. Bank of Scotland, you can see that beautiful Stornoway stones. Mr. Graham Clark, right? Complete name. Sort code 804664. This is for Matty as well, so it's the same thing at the moment. You use for Matty, right? 11200363. And obviously, well, I can go into the bank, they know that, and explain that that's happened and that they can issue people with receipts, please. So you can get a receipt. Or you can also have the opposite. You can remain anonymous. That's been explained to me. Some people don't want to be connected because of embarrassment. Yes, you can request the bank that it's gone under as an anonymous donation. So it'll still be put into an account, but it'll be clearly marked that this is an anonymous donation. So I'm sharing with you now. So if you're someone for various reasons don't wish it to be known who you are, maybe you're making a real exogenous donation, but because of friends and peer support, don't want it known that you gave £20,000 to this appeal. You know, macho-ness, rip off, man, all this shit. Ignore them and follow your heart. Get it? That's a big issue that's got to be dealt with. So glamour, a world problem. They're just on power glamour trips, ego trips. Oh, well, I wouldn't give money to that, so you shouldn't. Just like you tell them to fuck off. I would. Anyone tries to tell me, and I've done that, not to give to a charity, there's fuck all to do with you. Fuck off. End of friendship, yes, but right. You've crossed the line, mate. You don't tell me what to do. If you think you do, fuck off. You're no longer a friend of mine. Yeah, that's it. And I'm afraid that has happened a few times. And yeah, round in a circle, there's about 2,500 of you that are going to get the boot when I get it together, because I'm right back to 5,000. There's new people who want to join and they can't, and it's obvious they won't shift the limit. It's limited to 5,000. I've asked, can it be extended to 10 on a video, but that should be enough, because I can even put it in the thing. It's called A Hard Rain's Gonna Fall, Bob. Well, that is a prophetic word, saying that, yeah, you may have got away with all these injustices. You may have got away of not helping charities when you're asked, because that's the golden rule, ignoring them, like my mate, nothing to do with me, but bang, judgment. And I'm not talking about the end of the world, but yeah, instant karma. Because a God-inspired charity has asked you for help. And the way to respond is you respond positively, you give. Now, if you can't afford £1, whoa, yeah, you do need help. Okay, because I've asked that the minimum donation be reduced. Only by you pressurising and applying to give £1, well, you can. What's wrong with me? Anybody can put £1 into my account. That's it. And then it's all added up. And then after, that's it. It's nonsense, isn't it? 10 people give £1, that's 10 quid. Because they've come to this figure of 4. But it means that's the minimum amount that it can be processed. Get me 4, and then there's a 1.5% of £4. Get it? Well, that's bollocks then, isn't it? The bank just takes the money. It's noted that it's for the Matty Mooney Brigida slum, whatever, fund to release someone from the slums of Philippines, right? And it's going to be given a name if she agrees. Oh, you're there, Matty. That it will be set up in its own right. We can help people do that. That's part of Black Unicorn's vision. We don't just set up concerts for people so they can get money, but they also help them in practical things like that. Oh, you want to set up your own charity? Folks, there's no competition. We're a charity to help other charities, and we do it by organising concerts. So they're not intending, it doesn't matter if they do. Can I see? It's ridiculous. We want to see hundreds of branches of Black Unicorn. See, it's not an ego thing. That's our goal, to relieve suffering worldwide. And if someone in New York wants to set up a Black Unicorn office, fine. This is to the angels. You have total administration and you decide. But you must obviously follow the laws of the land, and you make it a formal charity, if that's the name they use in America as an example. That's it, fine. We have some just affiliation, meaning the first branch that started, whether it's New York, London, get it, we would be the head office, literally, the head office. And those that know what I'm talking about, head is a term given to someone who has experienced psychedelic experience, whether it's drug-induced, cactus-induced, natural, sacrament, heads. White Rabbit, Grace Slick, Jefferson Airplane. Feel your head. Can't do that because it's a woman. Feel your head. Right. That ilk of music is my music. Bob Dylan, Jefferson Airplane, Neil Young, Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, etc., etc. And it's not pop music, okay? Madonna. Oh, yeah. She has. She has put out an LP, something to do with light. That's its title. And it was a clear example of hers. It might not have written the songs, but this has got like a very spiritual context for it. And all the songs that have a spiritual character to them. Something of light. Yeah, see all the light. It comes in. But anyway, Madonna, you're not a pop star. Okay? You studied the same system as I have, the Kabbalah. Okay? I've been a student of the Kabbalah. Okay? And I'm asking you just friend to friend. I'm not telling you you've got to join Black Youth. It would be nice, but as a thing I would suggest you to do, you've adopted some children, adopt some women that have children and have been left in the lurch by men. And there's a load of them in the Philippines. My friend, Matty, can put you in direct contact. They're her friends, you see, that live in this slum in the Philippines. And you don't have to have publicity if you don't want, because I've got a direct contact that you can go to, undercover if you like, and just see her and just say, I'd like to adopt like Graham, become a godmother. Yeah, but it's like, oh, you're about saying, God, yeah, I know you're not on a trip like that. A godmother, yeah. And you've got daughters, yeah. You've got children, yeah. And the karma you're incurred for doing that is brilliant and good, and rightly so. You have excess money to your needs. You've got some God. I know that's a palaver to adopt a child. I know that you got. This isn't. It's just a word and word thing between you. But you, of course, can include it in your will, meaning when you do a pass, they are your family, and you work out, they are considered your family. They are. She's your goddaughter, and then the children are your whatever, right? Oh, shut up. But I'm not. This has stopped, Madonna. I tried this spiel before, and the video got stopped. Now, whether that was your instigation or what, I'd crossed a line. Or people are fearful, oh my God, if he gets Madonna interested, we're fucked. This is being resisted, Madonna. Oh yeah, I've been trying to do this for about 15 years. And I have approached people of so-called wealth who've declaimed give it all away, and they didn't. Got no help at all. I even shared with them that I'd like you to be a patron and all this. Now, surely anyone who's approached like that would have had the savvy to think, well, I've probably got some mates that would like to do that, and I can put him directly in contact with them. And obviously they still make up their mind, but nothing, nada, nothing. So Richard Branson, nothing. Pete Townsend, nada. And there's more. And obviously, Madonna, just a stick on our end. You'd be a fantastic patron for this. Obviously, being an administrator of a charity perhaps isn't everyone's cup of tea, but you can become a patron. I want women. It's a woman's really charity. This is based all around the recent discoveries about Mary Magdalene. And if you haven't seen that film, check it out. It's clearly saying that the whole Roman Catholic Pope system is a load of bollocks, and that Jesus wanted Mary Magdalene to continue his church. She did. But I'm afraid the men elected Peter, who was clearly rebuked, because I enacted this at an agape, and it's clearly Jesus rebuking the devil within Peter. So Peter just spoke, and his attitude, I did it in contemporary language, right? Leave it out, mate. You don't want to do that. You don't want to that. And there's a pregnant pause because all the brethren knew what was coming. I said, we all know what happened then. And they did in the spirit. They knew that he was about to have Satan rebuked from him. Get behind me, Satan! Right? And it was a lot louder than that, need to say, but it is 8 o'clock in the morning. And Mary Magdalene has obviously got her own bloodline. And her followers went and obviously had men, companions, and had children. And that all can be looked up because they can't conceal that. Even though she was decreed a prostitute, there be records. You've got a clear name, Magdalene, and yeah, you can find out that you are probably linked directly with Mary Magdalene. As I think I will be, because I was obviously and can be a woman in a previous life. I've got an avid distrust of men. Not I'm a homophobic, as I call whatever that means. I distrust men. I went to a men's group, and that's me then. That's just how I was, I want you all to think of a man that you look up to, but it can't be a religious, right? I said, nobody, they're all a bunch of cunts. And that's what I felt. And the foundation can verify that. Never linked in with the buddies of men, and never linked in with the abuse of women ilk that preyed on you young women that came to the foundation and were sucked in with, this is the way it is here, free love, and it's okay to just have sex. A man I've just met 2 days ago, it's all love. But then she's passed around to other men and ends up in Ward 4 because she sees how she's been abused. I had it nearly happen to me. This beautiful blonde lady was singing like Joni Mitchell, right? So she had a talent and they'd recorded her, get it? But of course, in the process, she was having sex with them, right? And then they'd reached the decision, it's time to pass her on because they didn't want it to be, how can you put it, a mature relationship where you do, let's live together and set up home together and be as good as a married couple. No, they just wanted their sex. And when it got to that sort of stage, it's time to pass on. And that's what happened. Oh, hello, Graham. Can I introduce such and such? Oh, yeah, hello. Can I give you a tape? Yeah, okay. We think you can probably, I don't think they felt that. We think you could do a lot better job. Would you like to take thing on your studio? But I felt in the spirit, I said, yeah, have you got a mental health problem? You looked at her. No, you see, my charity is for people with mental or physical disabilities. Now, you might be the most beautiful woman in the world, and you might have a brilliant voice, but there was no wheeling and dealing, that, you can record us and pay us some money. No, you had to fit that catchment. And if you didn't, I couldn't care if you got tits the size of coconuts and whatever, you would not be allowed to use it. Get it? But it was clear what was being attempted to go on. She was being pushed on to me. And a lot of these women, I don't know if you're still there, but Donna, end up in the psychiatric hospital. Ask. You'll get your truth. It might not be like that now, because I haven't been for years. I've been banned, as far as I understand, because an incident that happened in the Blue Angel Cafe, which was nonsense. I've never had a chance to say my side of the story, wasn't even asked. Get it? If when you came to me, John Caddy, it had been reported to you that I had verbally abused one of the members, surely you should have brought that up. And we had quite a time together once we'd left the building. Well, Graham, actually tell me. I'm afraid it's just been alleged that you've just sworn at a member of staff. Then I'd be able to say, well, no, that's nonsense. I've even got it on tape because it's recorded, right? No, I said, that's absolute nonsense. I knew what the incident was. I told him, I'd tell him. No, I was having an interaction with a woman and she was explaining that, yes, this was a silence error, although there's no sign up, get it? But, all right, okay. Then I just shared. It's obviously calming. Well, whoever, repeat, well, whoever, repeat, well, whoever made that rule is a fucking idiot. No, I'm entitled to my opinion. And you're entitled to say, I'm sorry, we don't condone swearing anyway. But you don't ban someone. You just tell them that. I'm sorry, Graham, you swore, but you didn't know that. But I'm afraid that's our policy. But you're welcome to come back again. But if you swear again in our sacred space, right, which is the thing where you got the pictures of Peter Caddy and all that, and it looked like Mike Wadada. Wadada, this is for you. If you've got nothing to do with the foundation, which is what you told me, get it? Oh, no, I don't use them anymore, and yet you do. But you've been told, look, you're attracting Graham here, so you lie to him and say you've got nothing to do with it. Why is your photograph in the Hall of Fame? Yeah? And Wadada, did you have anything to do with ripping off my Theatre of Unemployment charity outline with those people in Mexico who clearly had put on some kind of event under false pretenses, were claiming it was a jam session, get it? And yet they were just artists performing their own material. So when I started to dance, which is, again, it's supposed to be, that's part of the vision, you see, a multi-artistic events, not just musicians doing a gig, poetry, dance, everything. I was approached then by the person who obviously had organised it, so I know who you are, get it, because our orders clash, and I soon suss you out, and I know the village and everything. When I've got the time and the inclination, I'll be paying a visit, but a few of my angels with me, get it? Not in that position yet. I've only just recently appealed to the angels to assist me. Now, if we do meet, I'll say, well, I need money for Matty, fine, so do a run. I'm trying to start this charity, yeah, and I'm going to need some security, please. That's when I can afford it, see? Well, 2 or 3 bodyguards, normal procedure. Prefer perhaps they didn't wear leather, but we'd work out some kind of uniform and it'd have a badge, which could include the Hells Angels logo, right? Security, right, and you'd be smart and all the rest of it. We don't want to freak people out unnecessary. But that's on the cards, obviously. But I haven't got, that's earth, I haven't got the money. But once the money breaks in for Black Unicorn, I have got a few people I need to look up. These characters in Mexico who have ripped off my charity and have obtained money fraudulently from the Mexican council that they were doing. So they took this brilliant outline, which is mine, which would have impressed them. But the reality was it was not a proper Theatre of Unemployment event at all. I didn't see any money being donated to charity, because that's part of its thing as well. All the events raise money for charity, and that the local joint benefit, the local people can choose a local charity. Oh, maybe that's the bit that they did do, see? Brilliant scam, innit? You pay, no, we get a grant to put this event on, which is to pay for some artists to come, but then we make a collection, get it, and then a percent, well, all of that money should go to the charities that you've allocated locally. So that gets them justification. But if they weren't formal members of Theatre of Unemployment, we're implying they were, because no one can register that. And if they do, I can sue them and prove it as my original idea. I go right back to the time of Maggie Thatcher and more. I'll go back to the time when I was in Leicester, where Mr. Stavers, the legal advisor, I think he'd still be alive, and that can be dated. I can soon get the date of when we first had printed the Theatre of Unemployment. Why? It's printed at the Findhorn Foundation press. They still have it even on their computer files, but admittedly it did change form to Black Unicorn. But that'll be dated. That's dated to at least 10 years ago. But obviously, as the Theatre of Unemployment, the initial name, it's only the name. Everything in the Constitution remained exactly the same, but it just had Black Unicorn where it said Theatre of Unemployment. Get it? Then I will be coming back, and my angels will do us the work. Again, I don't tell them to do anything, but if they came as that capacity, not just bodyguards, but as debt collectors, then they go under that capacity and introduce themselves. Hello, such and such. We're debt collectors on the behalf of Black Unicorn, which was originally called Fiat Unemployment. It's come to our attention that you ripped off Mr. Clark's charity outlines and used it to obtain money fraudulently. Blah, blah, blah. Well, we want to first make it clear that you stop this, and we can sue you on the level that you have falsely ripped off someone else's charity and their ideas. It's theft. Oh, way you look at it. And I'm afraid this is going to stop, and we're going to take you to court and expose you for the thieving shit you are. And that'd you lose your charity status. That'd be you slung out of Mexico. They don't want filth like that. And that goes to all your mates as well. You can con some of the people some of the time, but you can't con angels any of the time. Angels do watch over you. And my angels will have their angels, and that's how it works. They can suss out someone that's lying to them just like that and be warned. You don't lie to an angel. Yeah, I'll just say that. Zero tolerance of filth. Get it? Zero tolerance of filth. And they'll smell you out a mile away, as they say. They'll smell you out when you start to shit your pants, because three Hell's Angels come up to you with that look, you know, not the look of, oh, hello, man, huh? The look of staring you in the eye because they're sussing you out. And you will shit yourself even before they even speak to you. Your anal nerve will go. Yeah. Because you know what's about to happen to you. Because you are full of guilt, and your angels will desert you. Get it? Because you have got guardian angels, but when it comes to the time of a judgment, in the sense they've condoned your evil behaviour, but then when it comes to time, well, this is the time for you to get retribution for your bad acts, they're gone. And you are left to drift. Oh, I've just got to finish that off. Right. We're back to the Freaky Few and Stonehenge. We're back to the festival is completely finished, and it's just me and the Freaky Few together. Oh, we're in eyesight of each other. They didn't have their bikes, and I had a bike and I was on the slope, and we were just chilling out, you know. Both of us deciding, well, where do we go from here? Because the festival had finished. This massive group of at least 2,000 plus freaks, get it, long-haired, but with wooden stays and all this, you know, it'd all been armed, right, let's go and sort them out, which included me, right? We don't want you here. They might have said, fuck off, fuck off or get out. And I looked down at the Freaky Few and went, care? Are these people insane? Even though we were 20, mate, we're the real thing, and you're a bunch of wankers. Yeah. What happened? The Freaky Few formed an attack formation, just like the Spartans, right? They're military trained, right? Not necessarily had shields, but they had a formation, and they locked in, and it went, freaked the shit out of them, and they turned and fled. Why? Because their angels had deserted them, and suddenly they were shit scared. Because even though they were totally outnumbered, they weren't prepared to actually kill someone. Come on. They ain't got the stomach for it, or whatever you want to call it. And they shit themselves and fled. 20 against 2,000. Yeah. And that was the angels, get it? Angels physical, but angels spiritual. They would have deserted that mob because they're out of order, get it? And maybe they've made up their karma and whatever, and they will have their angels back. But that's justice. This is a tip. I would pray, if I was one of you that had done that, you pray for forgiveness, and maybe you ought to donate some money to Black Unicorn. Yeah, I think you should. Yeah, it's retribution. as tithes. 10% of your income should go to Black Unicorn, because we are potentially going to be a charity. And that's up to you. You can tell me to F off in your mind and go your own way, and you'll get further retribution. Get it? Angels hear and see everything you do. They can see now that I'm giving you an opportunity to, shall we say, put things right. 10% of your earnings, whether you deal drugs or whatever, I would like to be donated to the Black Unicorn Fund. And you've been given that open publicly, and the angels have witnessed this, and your angels know. Ignore it at your own peril. Simple as that. Anyway, I am now going to clear this. It's 1:40. Lovely for those that have heard. I will again give, I'm told that, bank details. Again, for all of you, this is an appeal. If you'd like to give, I recognise some of you, John Shoby, right? As a minimum donation of £4. But again, I think that can be beaten by just offering to pay £1 in. Yeah, I can't see how they can stop it. They can't actually stop you giving or paying into my account £1. All it means is, I said, every £4 would have to go through this secondary processing, and tax will be paid on it in lumps of £4. So please do just pay £1 in. That's perfectly okay. I can't see my bank refusing you. But you just stipulate it's a donation for the Matty Mooney Gregado Philippine Fund. It could have a name change, but that's clearly it. Yeah. And please just give £1. If the bank clamps down, then you've tried. And I can go in and see my bank, or they ring me up and say, Graham, we had lots of people wanting to give you £1, but I'm afraid, but they can't because they're not linked yet. This is for the future when there is sums of money, and then they just, whatever, see, I'm speculating. So this is the bank, and if you can just pay £1 into it, that's fine. It's Mr. Graham Clark, because you must have the number exact. The sort code is 804664, which when you do this online, I've done it with a Elgin branch of the Bank of Scotland should come up. I will read the number. The bank account number is 11200363. I will repeat that because I know it's like 11200363. I'll try and show it, but it's whether the it has. You can see it just. It's 11200363. I do it because, like I say, you can rerun this. Even if you have to do it 4 times, stop it just before the end. 11200363. And even the mantra sink in. Sort code 804664. And if you've got it right, it will come up Elgin. That is the Elgin branch of the Bank of Scotland. And God bless you. Just £1. Everybody can afford £1. If you go to all of your Indian people, if you go back to your temple and say that I've been asked to give money to this charity called Black Unicorn, that's in formation, and it's going to help all other charities. You can request a copy. It's on. If you go to YouTube, there is a video done on the constitution of Black Unicorn. Get it? And you can access it video free. You link into my YouTube account, and then you can watch it. There'll be more on it than that. But it starts with me just completely going through the whole Constitution, everything. Even the William Shakespeare quote is given, like the whole thing. And you see, it's a completely legal binding document that now can be a charity. It's already been approved by the Charity Commission, going way back to the time of Maggie Thatcher. She submitted it. So again, people can't fuck with me. because she personally handed it in. She'll have records, or her office, or she's that sort of woman. I didn't know she's actually legally trained. So she herself could make an informed decision. Yes, this is perfect and it can be a charity. The Charity Commission got back to me and said under at least 4 or 5 categories, it can be considered an educational body. It can be considered this, that, at least 4 categories, get it? So it's just a matter of ending up again. Anyone who wants to be an office bearer of that charity, I prefer women. If they're people that have actually got to work with me purposely, that doesn't mean I eliminate men. You can perhaps become an office bearer of the wherever, Bangkok branch or India, get me? You set up now, you can do it. We're not a charity, but as soon as it becomes a charity, you can start setting up your own branch of Black Unicorn. And of course, you, men, if it's men, work out and vote amongst yourself who's going to be the chairperson, the treasurer, and all that. But we, as the main branch, the head office, will have all that information given back to us. That's fair, right? And if we smell a rat, that's it. Oh, we don't get good vibes on this person, right? And we can use a pendulum, right? Yeah. Is this person what he says he is? And that, and we would have the authority to get back to you and says, we're not happy about this treasurer that you've appointed. You still can meet and sing, but if you insist, I don't think we'd have the right to stop you, but I'm just speculating. So you, in any of the places of India that you folk come from, can at least start putting out the feelers. That means approaching people and saying, would we like to do this? Yeah. And that once it's formally grounded as a charity, we can be a branch of it. But it doesn't have to start. So I contradict myself all over it. I'm based in Scotland, although I love traveling. Okay. Yeah. If whoever gets your act together, if New York decides we're going to start this and they're well organised and that, and they agree that I can become in as the founder or the chairperson, and would I like to take that role on in New York? So it starts in New York, get it? Fine. Probably have to ask you for airfare, but but I know I'll get somewhere to stay. But I mean, yeah, sure. It's nothing set in stone. It's purely up to the response. I'm just speculating. You know, New York's obviously a world centre, be a perfect place to found it, right? London, you know, perfect place, right? And I haven't got the feeling about Scotland. Well, the people I know are just out and out wasters. The men, the men that I've met here. But if there's some women in Scotland that want to get your act together and do this, we start a branch wherever, within reasonable commuting distance of where I live, Lambride. But then I'm prepared to release that. If I get some women from Edinburgh contact me and they can prove it, sure, I'll just act as the founder and I'll just pop in every now and then, but you just keep in contact and with email and I get a treasurer's report, right, that sort of thing. And that's cool. No probs. Because this isn't just going to be one office. Keep repeating. There'll be offices of the Black Unicorn all over the world. And it's a perfect justification for me to fly to that country. There'll be a branch of the Black Unicorn in the Philippines. Get it? My God, yeah. You get the publicity, Mooney, because of this appeal, then you're in a position to put your energy into something else. So you get your nice house and you're moved and your children are moved and all the rest, whatever eventuates, then you can become and set up your own Black Unicorn branch. And it'd be women run. And I would just be, again, the founder. So I don't even have a vote, if that's what you want. I don't have a vote because the chairperson can be a woman. I want to see that. I trust women. Get it? Going back to Mary Magdalene, but I don't trust men. And who knows? Yeah, who knows? Maybe I was a woman then in the previous life and knew Mary Magdalene personally. Get it? And from that incarnation, look what happened to her now. Don't trust men as far as I can throw them. Be wise as serpents, but gentle as doves. Okay. I've got my, she might be still there. Hi, I'm going to finish now, and I've got to go and have my breakfast. So I won't be able to chat with you. But if you've been here, you've been with me an hour and 50 minutes. It's still being with me. But if you have an emergency question, then yeah, I'll stop this and hover about for a few minutes. And if you don't, I'm off to get a shower and get my breakfast and get down the library. I'm now off to Elgin Library, where I do my work from there. So bye for now. Yep.